Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and we're going to get started by here at the XRPLHQ.com, my new sponsor. We're going to get started by looking at market prices, and you'll never guess. The market prices are very boring again today. There's nothing going on in the market as far as prices go. But you still got to see XRPLHQ.com. And I just saw the owner sent me a picture of what the hats and t-shirts he's made are going to look like. I'm looking forward to having, at a minimum, having the hat. I wanted to show you this because I grew up in real estate, and this is like if there's ever been a flashing red flag, this is it right here, folks. And I just want to, even though we talk about crypto here, let's talk about real estate for a minute. I mean, we're all facing this same thing right now. A $500,000 house in 2021 versus 2023. Interest rates were around 3% then, now they're around 7%. Your payment around then in 2021 was around 2108, now it's around 3,327. My experience is, folks, and I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a real estate advisor, any of that stuff, whatever. But my experience is that this and this, the prices of these houses, the market will force these prices to correct in order to make this equal. In other words, if you're going to have a low payment, you're not going to have the same value house. If you're going to have a higher payment, that house, the prices have to get in sync with what's going on here in interest rates and all. It just always does. So get ready, strap in. If you're locked into a low interest rate, of course you're holding on, but it's a very, I mean, this is what happens when the government keeps interest rates at almost zero and doesn't let an actual market take place, and instead they're just manipulating things for so long. You get ridiculous imbalances like this, and then when everything collapses, they don't blame it on themselves as they should. They blame it on some exterior force, and nobody pays. None of the government officials pay. In fact, they usually write the legislation that supposedly fixes the problem that they created. That's what happened in the financial crisis. Barney Frank, Dodd-Frank, all those people, they were the same people that were pushing what they called affordable housing. In other words, give mortgages to people that don't need to be buying homes. And that's what initiated what eventually became the financial crisis, and they never, ever accepted any responsibility or even acknowledged responsibility. Scott Piercy, who is the official PGA golfer of the Digital Asset Investor channel, not that he didn't ask for it, I just declared him that because he had an XRP cover on his golf clubs one day. He says, hey, Brad Garlinghouse, you said weeks, not months, on May 25th. 8 weeks from that day would be July 20th. When FedNow goes live. So to keep in the weeks, does that mean a ruling will be next week? Trying to plan for the party, that is proper party, Scott. When are we teeing it up? Well, Scott, you don't want to play golf. You might want to play golf with a guy like Brad Garlinghouse. I don't know if he plays. You don't want to play golf with a guy like me, because I don't play golf, and I've played golf with enough good golfers to know what really pisses them off is playing with people that aren't any good. So one day maybe, Scott, since you're the official PGA golfer of my channel, one day maybe I'll just sit in the golf cart and have a margarita and watch you play golf. I'd like to do that. I actually did do that at Pebble Beach with one of my friends who is a golfer. Just wanted to see it. Actually, there's a video on YouTube that I actually videoed myself and my fear of heights. It's pretty funny. It's on YouTube. All right, Ryan Selkis, who used to be a Ripple XRP hater, is now a fan, to the point where he's allowed Brad Garlinghouse to dunk him in a dunking booth. If 2023 is the year crypto sued the government, then Stuart Alderati is the most important lawyer not named Paul Graywall. That's Coinbase's attorney. Ripple's case versus the SEC will have an enormous impact on the future of non-Bitcoin digital assets and their trading in the U.S. The ruling is due soon. Like the sound of that. Look at this. China and gold, the golden dragon. China is testing offline payments. Utilizing its digital yuan, as central bank has purchased gold for 8 straight months. The CEO of the second largest gold producer went on public record saying China is buying more than they were reporting. In discussing the 2022 central bank's gold accumulation, Mark Bristow said that according to numerous sources, China had purchased more than reported, as he believed the figure was in the high 200-ton range. China has purchased gold for 8 straight months. In 2022, China's central bank purchased 62 tons of gold. November marked its first public report of gold increase in over 3 years. What are they signaling? Gold is certainly flowing east. The Western world is increasingly accumulating debt. And then this breaking news: the Bank of China is testing new offline payment system, offline payments, and stockpiling gold. Got it. Well, guess what, folks? You're in luck. Link to my sponsor and Glint, my sponsor. It looks like Glint, there's a little bit, not much, a tiny bit of Glint private equity that they've got left on the Link2 platform. The link to Link2 and Glint is in the top of the description of this video. I have a coupon code for people that want to open a Glint account, and then you can go to Link2 if you wanted to buy some Glint private equity. Everybody wins. Okay, moving along. Yesterday, I think that was yesterday. Yes, yesterday. I'm curious here. Yesterday, Wheat Say Wind retweeted this Forex Cadet thing. It's back. The Tipbot for XRPL is now back in service, but somewhat wounded by the Twitter policy changes. Tips can now be sent and received as before, although it might take a few extra seconds to detect your tweets. Start at tipbot.tips if you are new. Now, this whole thing leads you to this video. What's interesting is this video was done a year ago, and so I'm wondering why they're acting like this is a new development. Because maybe they just reactivated it or something. Now, this Tipbot works with your Sum wallet. I'm going to go ahead and warn you all, because Tipbots back a few years ago was on Twitter, and it worked and it was great and everybody loved it. I want to warn you about one thing, folks. If you use the Tipbot, if you have a ton of XRP and you don't want people to know what you have, do not use your Sum wallet that has a bunch of your XRP in it. Open another Sum wallet and get a new XRP address that is not in any way tied to where your large pile of XRP is, because if you use the address that's got all your XRP, people will be able to track how much XRP you have, and you don't want to do that. Okay, now check this out. The Blockchain Association decided that they have submitted a letter to the SEC Inspector General calling for an investigation into the circumstances surrounding Prometheum. Although there may not be anything nefarious, suspicious circumstances beg someone to look under the hood. Now, they are right. They do need to look under the hood. I agree on the Prometheum thing, okay? However, I told her, and she is the senior counsel at the Blockchain Association. Her name is Marissa Tashman-Koppel. I said, hey, Marissa, Blockchain Association, this is great and deserves investigation. However, ETHgate, the Bill Hinman Ethereum Free Pass speech, and Joseph Lubin's disguised whales from the ICO, which could CCP China could be one of the disguised whales. Make this Prometheum thing look like a children's birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. When are you going to call for that investigation? That is the question. Now, Library put this out on the Prometheum thing, was just awarded a special purpose broker-dealer license from the SEC. Prometheum was. This license was denied to Coinbase, Robinhood, and all other U.S. exchanges. Prometheum is the only exchange to support the SEC's Kafkaesque policy agenda. It has financial ties to key Democrats. Okay? Now, this is from Wheezy right here. Hashkey, the people behind Prometheum, the funders, Hashkey, back in 2018, at the same time, Hashkey was partnered with MIT while Gary Gensler was one of the staff. Okay? So MIT Hong Kong Innovation Node, and then there's Prometheum. Let me see here, MIT. So there you go. All right. So I decided to go start looking for Hashkey a little bit. Here's video number 1. In this video, you're going to see that Ethereum is ground zero of the CCP backdoor infiltration of the U.S. financial system. Watch.
Our parent group started to get it.
These people are with XRP, I believe it's called.
To the fintech space.
They're laying out their entire diagram of their investments in blockchain. You'll see here, Wang Zhang blockchain, Hashkey, right there. First thing on the list is Ethereum, and keep watching.
And setting up operations in big data analytics and payment or open banking. So our parent group really getting into the blockchain space in 2015, and we made our first investment into Ethereum. Also, this is the first corporate investment for the Ethereum Foundation. And in the same year that we also set up our parent group also set up another $15 million fund, which is XRP. And in the same year that our parent group also organized a Oceanfront blockchain lab. So together with Oceanfront blockchain lab, XRP, and Hashkey, in the past 5 years, we have already deployed around $200 million into around 200 projects already in the past several years. And basically, as you can see here, most of the projects, Definity, Pagda, Ethereum, Nervos, and other projects that big names that you have heard of.
All right, here's another video I found. This is from the Web3 Festival in Hong Kong, sponsored by Wang Chang Blockchain Labs and Hashkey Group. The whole presentation is about Ethereum, and it's also got consensus written all over it right there, right there. They're talking about Ethereum. Watch this. It's all about, the whole thing's about Ethereum.
Slide. 对，那个首先我觉得最大的一个主旨哈，在过去的可以说2年吧，就是刚才Arbitrum 所讲的这个 Layer 2的这个生态。那么我这边用的这个 title 是什么？我说 Ethereum grew out of the scaling trilemma。在2017年、2018年的时候，大家都对这个这个三角特别。
Now, look at that slide right there. Blockchain trilemma. Monolithic blockchains don't scale. Look, this is at a Chinese blockchain conference with Consensus and Wang Chang Blockchain Labs. And look what they say. Often, what does that say? Often these are networks with high monetary premium, Ethereum and Bitcoin. So they're pro-Bitcoin Ethereum, and that's decentralization. And then over here, you have networks with low validator counts, such as DPoS or permission chains, and they got Ripple over there, okay? So they're pro this, they're anti this. Gary Gensler is pro this and anti this. Are you starting to put all of this together? Gary Gensler does not do anything to people like Consensus, but he goes after Ripple. Okay, Hinman gives Consensus a free pass, but not Ripple. Okay, then we have this. What do FTX, Ethereum, and Prometheum all have in common? Answer: China as investors and U.S. regulators giving them favorable treatment. Here it is.
So we see the trend that after 2017.
See it? Prometheum right there, hash key.
Started talking.
Let's go forward here a little bit.
It's quite
This guy is describing the Asian crypto venture capitalists, IDG Capital, Hashkey, Finbushi Capital, NGC, Big Capital, Sequoia Capital. Now watch the next slide. That's the Big Capital, however you say that. FTX is one of their investments. Here's a blow up of both of them. FTX right here. And then on the other slide, Prometheum is a hash key. Wang Zhang. Okay. Then we got this. This is a guy named Jupiter Zhang of Hashkey Capital. This is from 2020. A guy asked him about how they would do STOs.
What's your feeling about launching a security token in 2020? And if you think it is reasonable, do you have any advice that you would you'd be willing to share?
For the STO, I think we mentioned that we have our Hashkey group has invested in a STO platform called Prometheum in the US. It's doing the STO business around the US, so we are quite optimistic in the STO directions. For if you ask me how about the issuing security token in the 2020, I think a lot of project has been tried in the last years, especially from the going through the Reg D or the Reg A. We see there's a project called Blockstack. Have been issuing a Reg D.
Houston, we have a problem. We have a CCP problem. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. It's all right there in front of your face if you want to see it. Ripple is American. Ethereum, XRP is American. Ethereum equals China, folks. And I could show you videos that'll make your stomach turn about how excited these guys are about Ethereum over there. Maybe I will show you. Thanks for listening.